Okay, we see people joining here. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. My name is Hannah Crapone. I'm the Content Marketing Manager here at Certiport. We're so happy to have everyone joining us for our fifth and final for the year Certified Academy IT webinar. Feel free to drop into the chat. Let us know what programs you teach, whether it's the course or the certifications that you offer in the classroom. Hopefully we can make some good connections today and talk about what we're hoping to learn from this session. We are recording today, so if you need to drop a little bit early, we'll send out the full recording via email after the presentation is wrapped. Everyone is currently on mute, so if you have questions, please utilize the Q&A or the chat feature, and we'll make sure to address those as we go throughout the presentation today. We're so pleased today to be talking about the latest updates to the app development with Swift certification program. And we're excited to be joined by Sabrina Beck, who is our program manager for the Swift certification. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. And Sabrina, I'll go ahead and pass it over to you to get us started.
Hey, thanks, Hannah. I'm excited that everyone's joined us to talk about the app development with Swift program. Let me go ahead and share my screen and see. I do have some slides. Awesome. Can everybody see my screen okay?
That looks great, Sabrina.
All right. All right, so as like Hannah mentioned, my name is Sabrina Beck, and I'm the product manager for the app development with Swift certification program. And I'm really excited to talk to you about the updates to the program that we have made this year. So just to give you a brief overview for those who have joined us that might be new to teaching Swift and want to understand how to get started with Swift certification, I just want to give you kind of a brief overview of what Swift and Xcode are. So they are two very integral and intuitive tools that professionals use to build their favorite apps. Swift is Apple's native programming language used to write apps for all Apple operating systems across all of Apple devices. It is designed to be anyone's first programming language and can open doors to the world of coding. Xcode is Apple's integrated development environment, or IDE, for all of Apple's platforms. It's a toolbox that developers use to build apps written with Swift and other Apple developer tools. Yes, Xcode requires a Mac to run, and it's freely available to download from either the App Store or from the Apple developer website. So Develop in Swift is a comprehensive coding curriculum available from Apple. It prepares students for college or a career in app development using the Swift programming language. It's complemented with free online professional learning for educators and certification for students. All Develop in Swift books are available for free from the Apple Bookstore. Certiport supports learning Xcode with 2 app development with Swift certification exams. They align with the development in Swift curriculum and with Xcode 15. We updated the exams this summer to align with Xcode 15. And since some of you might not be familiar with these exams, I'm going to provide you with a brief overview. So our first exam, App Development with Swift Associate, is designed to certify knowledge of the impact of computing and apps on society, economies, and cultures, all while exploring iOS app development. It is based on Xcode 15, and it is aligned with the Develop in Swift Explorations curriculum. This exam is perfect for candidates who are new to coding and want to explore iOS app development. Our second exam is the App Development with Swift Certified User exam. This aligns with the Development in Swift Fundamentals curriculum and is also based on Xcode 15. It certifies candidates have the knowledge of core concepts and practices that professional Swift programmers use on a daily basis. This certification is intended for candidates who have coding experience but are new to the Swift coding language. I mentioned earlier that Swift and Xcode require Mac operating systems to run. However, since both exams are delivered through Compass, they can be taken either on a Mac or a PC and are also available on Compass Cloud and exams from home. So here's a little bit of a crosswalk to show you how the develop and Swift courses and exams are designed to help high school and higher ed students earn recognition for their Swift knowledge. Explorations, the Development Swift Explorations is designed to help learners with little or no computer science background learn to code with Swift and is ideal for high school students exploring computer science tracks, but can also be taught in higher ed as a course for non-computer science majors or as an elective. Fundamentals and data collections are designed for learners who possess basic coding knowledge and experience and want to develop their app development skills. Both courses can also be taught in advanced high school courses, although we tend to see these courses taught predominantly in higher ed for computer science majors. Regardless of the pathway students follow, by the time they complete data collections, they should have the skills to produce their own app, one that could even surface on the App Store. So I've had the opportunity to talk to many educators about the Swift exams and available resources. Over the course of these conversations, educators without fail ask the following 4 questions. To answer these questions for you today, I want to make you aware of the many resources that the Apple for Education team has developed to support you as educators in building your development Swift programs. The Swift and Xcode are 2 integral intuitive tools that we talked about earlier. I mentioned that Swift is Apple's native programming language used to write apps for all Apple platforms, and that it's designed to be anyone's first programming language. Xcode is Apple's IDE and is used for all Mac operating systems or Apple operating systems. And yes, they both require Mac operating to run, or Mac OS to run, and they both are free to download. And the exams are delivered on Compass for either Mac or PC. So downloading Swift, downloading from the App Store is pretty straightforward and recommended, especially if you want to work with the latest version of Xcode. Xcode 16 is available in beta. It should be or possibly has been released on mainstream. And if and when that happens, you will be able to download earlier versions of Xcode from the Apple developer website. This is, I bring this up so that you can make sure as you're teaching to the Swift curriculum and to the exams that you can still teach with Xcode 15 if you would like to. So in order to do this, you need to go to the Apple developer website, sign in to the Apple developer site with your iCloud account. Once you're logged in, you will click more and search for the version of Xcode that you want. I have Xcode 13 here. We just updated, so you will want to look for Xcode 15. Just select the packet and follow the prompts to download. It's pretty simple and straightforward to do. As I mentioned earlier, the Development Swift curriculum is available for download on Mac from the Apple Bookstore. But if your students do not have access to Mac outside of the classroom, you can find the courseware for both fundamentals and explorations available for download in Canvas Commons. This can be used directly in Canvas Commons. It's available to even upload into your own LMS system. Educators whose schools use an LMS other than Canvas can create a free for teachers account at canvas.instructure.com. And once you're there, you can download the course packets to use in other LMS platforms or import them directly into your own Canvas course. The courseware can be used to enhance an existing course or used out of the box as its own, as shown here. The courseware for fundamentals and explorations are not the only courseware available on Canvas. Apple for Education wants to make sure that you as educators feel confident and prepared to teach, develop, in Swift. They provide a pre-professional learning course designed to help educators learn the foundational knowledge needed to teach Swift and Xcode effectively. This self-paced course is available through Canvas Learning. You can register for this course by clicking on the Teaching Code with Apple link located on the right-hand side of Certiport's App Development with Swift website. Scrolling down to the Learn to Teach Swift section, following the Learn More link to the Professional Learning webpage, and click Register Now. If self-paced learning isn't the best way that you learn, if you prefer in-person learning, Apple has partnered with NC3 to offer a 2-week training seminar for either the Explorations or Fundamentals curriculum. Participants will learn how to code with Swift and best practices that educators have used to build successful Swift programs. Participants will also have the opportunity to learn to earn either the App Development with Swift with Associate or the Certified User exam at the end of the training. To learn more and to register, you can visit NC3's website at nc3.net/training. And there are so many more things that you can do to help your successful your Swift program be successful. I would strongly encourage you to visit the Apple for Education website. There are tons of resources designed to support learning. More information about Swift playgrounds, resources for coding clubs, design journals your students can use in class when they're designing their apps, and resources for you to hold your own app design showcase. To easily find this, you can go to back to our website, click on the Teaching Code with Apple link located on the right side of the page, and it will take you to all of those resources. If you would like to develop or integrate certification into your program, we want to be able to help set your students up for success in certification. We know it's best accomplished by the Learn, Practice, Certify model, and we will continue to offer exams bundled with practice tests, which are available by individual vouchers or in classroom site licenses. And you will be able to use the vouchers and licenses for any either of the Swift exams. There are also special pricing for academics. And if you want to learn more, please contact your Certiport representative for more information. So that is the last slide I have in my presentation. I do want to show you a couple of other things. As I mentioned before, we updated the Develop in Swift or the App Development of Swift exams earlier this year to align with Xcode 15 and also to align with Swift UI. Now, in the past, the Swift exams have aligned to Swift UI Kit, which is what the curriculum teaches to. Swift UI is becoming more prevalent in the market and more of an in-demand tool with developers. And so per Apple's request, we aligned the Swift UI Kit objectives to Swift UI. And I wanted to be able to show you where you can first find the crosswalk between the old exams and the new exams, so you can see the difference of what was taught, where the objectives were aligned with Swift UI and Swift UI Kit, and also where to find resources to help with tutorials and different things to teach Swift UI. Hannah, have there been any questions up to this point yet?
So far, so good. You're doing great.
Okay, awesome, great. So first thing is, in order to be able to find the crosswalk between the Xcode 13 and the Xcode 15 exams, you can go to our exam releases page, and I'll actually show you how to get there if you've never been there before. But you click on Educator Resources, and this is at the top of all of our web pages. Slide down to Exam Details, go to Exam Releases, and then open the accordion for the app development with Swift certifications. And right here, we have provided a document that you can see the crosswalk between Xcode and Xcode 13 and Xcode 15. So this is for both. This document includes both the certified user and the associate exam. It shows the old objectives, and on the right, the new objectives, so you can see how they go straight across. There's also notes on what has changed in there, so you can better understand what the changes are and why. And these pink highlighted sections are ones that we removed, and the green ones are the ones that are new. So you can see here with the pink, we removed to align with the Swift UI update. Most of them, there are no changes. The green, you can see that they were USI Swift UI Kit, and they were aligned to Swift UI. So this is for every both exams on all of the objectives, and feel free to visit this document and look through it so that you can see what the changes are. This is the biggest question that I get, are what are the changes between the two exams? And this is it. This is what we changed. Now, the practice tests align with the new exam. So they do not align with Xcode 13 exam. They align with the Xcode 15 exam. The Xcode 13 exam has been retired, and so the Xcode 15 exam and the practice tests are the only ones that are available at this time. If you have any questions about these, about the practice tests, you can reach out to Geometrics, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to your Certiport representative for more information. And the second question I get outside of what are the changes, is how can I find additional resources to teach to Swift UI? And so I wanted to show you here on the Apple developer website. It's developer.apple.com. And at the very top, when you go to develop, there's a whole bunch of information, but the one I wanted to make you aware of is when you click on Swift UI, it gives a ton of information about what new within the latest releases, but what Swift UI is. It goes through specifics with the syntax, with the design tools that are available, how it works with UI Kit and App Kit, how to get started. But basically, this is where I wanted to show you is the Swift UI tutorial. So when we click on this, it provides a whole bunch of different things that you can use about with Swift UI and the essentials and the basics. So this will be super helpful as you're helping your students, or if you want to also refresh and refresh your memory on different things, or just brush up on your skills. This is a great resource to be able to do that. It's very intuitive. It's very straightforward. It shows how long. I know this is great, especially when you're doing your lesson plans, understanding how long this will take. It gives you the minutes right there. And I did see that somebody raised their hand. So I don't know, Hannah, if you can see that.
No, there's no comments in the chat, but if the person who
Okay.
raised their hand does have something, feel free to drop that in so that we can make sure to address it.
Okay. All right. So this is what it goes over, and this is where the information aligns with the new objectives that align specifically to Swift UI. You can find all the information here. So that is pretty much everything that I have, Hannah. Um,
That's perfect. Thank you so much,
yeah,
Sabrina. We really appreciate you
welcome.
walking through all of those changes with us. And it looks like you've been so comprehensive with the overview that we don't have anything that needs to be addressed, which is wonderful. If people want more information or still have additional questions after the session, who should they reach out to? Should they reach out to you or their territory manager? Where's the best place to go from here?
So they can reach out to both. They can reach out to me and their Certiport representative. Um, the Certiport representative is the one, like if they have specific questions about getting started with certification, with pricing, different things. If your school is not a test center and you need to get set up as a test center, it's pretty easy to do. Your Certiport representative will be able to help you with that.
Perfect. And I will just call out a couple things. We're grateful that we've had the time to be able to go through all of this. If you have additional questions about the certification program, I'm just going to pull up the product page link so we can drop that into the chat here for everyone as well. We also have, starting next year, which is so wild to say, we're already in December, but next June we'll be having our annual Certified Educator Conference in Texas. I know we have a lot of people here from Texas represented. So we hope that you'll join us for that, for additional time to talk about app development with Swift, as well as our other certification programs. So if you wanted to look at details about registering for that conference, I'll drop the link here into the chat as well. It's certified.certiport.com. We're grateful for all of you spending the time to learn with us a little bit this afternoon. If you have any additional questions, you can reach out, as Sabrina mentioned, to her or any of your Certiport territory managers. We will also be sending out, like I mentioned before, the recording for our presentation today. So you're welcome to reply to that message directly and we'll get you in touch with one of our customer service representatives. So we're grateful for all of you taking the time. We hope that you have a wonderful rest of your month and your holidays, and we hope to see you all in the new year. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks, Sabrina. Have a good
Thanks,
one.
guys. Thank you.